And we live. We live for the Canadian qualifying um, Grand Prix. If you missed the sprint, I was meant to stream the sprint this afternoon, but yeah, I'm having a nightmare with my currently setup. My current setup is just freaking annoying. I have issues every single stream, and yeah, eventually I'll need to get a new PC because yeah, my setup is just it's not ideal. It's way too many cables, it's way too many connections, and yeah. But either way, I do what I can, um, and I hope you join the stream, guys. If you join the chat, let us know where you're streaming from. Um, round five. Round five. It's going to be a really interesting qualifying. I think the McLaren. I get the names wrong all the time, but yeah. We getting the we getting. I think the fight between the two Mercedes driver has kicked off, and it's going to be a really interesting. Obviously, George Russell being the older teammate and the number one driver on Mercedes, Kimi Antonelli's been able to shut him down in the previous race. Obviously, he wants to continue to impose his dominance on George Russell, and that's why we saw a bit of a fight, and Kimi Antonelli having a go at him and asking for him to be penalized. But yeah, I think the gloves are off, and or should I say the gloves are on, and it's going to be an interesting um, development that is going to unfold within the next races. And another interesting thing that I saw is that I think they are no longer the dominant car anymore. It's not like the McLarens are pretty much able to compete with them. Norris was very close to them. Even in the previous races, McLarens were right up there. And yeah, I just think McLaren they've been able to close the gap, even though Mercedes brought a lot of upgrades for this Canadian Grand Prix. Seems to be working fine. They obviously got the edge again, but McLaren right up there, right up there. Mercedes still on top. Um, um, then we have McLarens, then we have the Ferrari. But yeah, yeah, it seems like we're gonna. There's a possibility of rain um, going into the race tomorrow. Um, yeah, a Canadian race is notoriously known for providing um, a race day. So expect nothing less. And yeah, qualifying will start in less than 10 seconds now. Um, can't wait to see. I guess we're gonna have the usual suspects being disqualified in Q1. I continue to cheer for um, Aston Martin. I just think they. Ooh, wow. These guys, they need to have a look the way they release the cars into um, in a pit lane. It's just so scary. Colapinto almost crashed into the Aston Martin of, I believe, Fernando Alonso. This is the first. This is not the first time it has happened this year. Especially to Colapinto. He seems like he's always the victim of this reckless, unsafe release of the cars from the pit lane, from the garage into the pit lane. Um, yeah, Cadillacs. They had an interesting race. I think Sergio Perez. I need to get an iPad where I able to keep track of all the previous results from qualifying sprint races. At the moment, I just don't have the screen for that. Maybe I can. Just having a look who had the fastest lap of the sprint race. Uh, yeah, so we had Sergio Perez finishing P14. I think this is the highest Cadillac, one of the Cadillacs been able to finish this year. Quite impressive. Seems like the upgrades are working for them. I like to see this type of drama as well. I can't stand watching, the bottom team staying at the bottom for way too long. It's just, it's not really interesting and entertaining seeing them seeing Aston Martin and Cadillac always at the bottom. Just, at least one of the drivers, have some spark and have the audacity to finish or to try to climb a bit higher. Even though we understand that the car is not fast enough, especially with the Aston Martin, they've been having the vibration issues for a while. Norris goes fastest. Antonelli's having his first fastest first sector. Do I have any predictions um, for the qualifying in general? Start with the qualifying in Q3, Q1. I guess I guess the usual teams, the usual suspects, Piastri, not Piastri, Cadillac and Aston Martin will be at the bottom. I suspect Williams and Haas as well will be among the mix to be eliminated because Haas hasn't really had any success this weekend so far. Piastri is on his personal best. Let's see where that puts him. Um, Currently in P7. Is he going to? Is he doing enough? He does. He actually moves to P2. Very impressive. I was not expecting that. Because simply because there was no faster sectors for him. But yeah, the McLaren's lock in P1 and P2 at the moment, then followed by Mercedes, Antonelli, and Russell. Verstappen in P5. Colapinto right up there. Verstappen seems to be on a fast run. Track limit at run 14. Yeah, that's for Charles Leclerc. Just over 10 seconds. Just over 10 minutes in the first session. Yeah. George complaining in the radio about the car. The ride just doesn't feel quite right compared to yesterday. Yeah, this is one of the thing the Formula Ones. It's just every track is different. You need to find the right balance. You need to find the right setup, um, and sometimes it takes time to find the right spot. Sometimes teams are not able to find the right spot. It's very interesting to see the Macarena wing on the Red Bulls. This is something that Ferrari introduced, and we barely seen them doing that now. Yeah, it seems like Red Bulls are running the show with this Macarena wings, and we Hadjar goes P2. Very impressive. George Russell getting a tour from one of the racing bulls. What else we have going on? Let me just turn on the light. I just over 5 minutes now. Pierre Gasly, he needs to pull something. Um, he needs to pull a spectacular lap because that would be shocking to see Pierre Gasly going out in the first QE session. The Williams look very solid in the mid-table, um, even though they haven't had a great sprint race. I think Carlos Sainz just a P10 outside of the points, and Alex Albon. For some reason, I don't think he qualified. He was. I don't think he was able to run the race, sprint race. Piastri seems to be on a hot lap, and he does. He moves up to P3. Pierre Gasly, where does he move to? I can't see Pierre Gasly. Oh, he's up to P14, I think. Yeah. The Audis might be eliminated from the first qualifying session, which is might be a shock. Usually, you have one or two drivers that they get disqualified in Q1, but to have both drivers seems like there's an issue with the one of the Haas cars. Um, Something was hanging out from the side of the car. It seems something is broken in one of the Haas cars. Let's see. Alonso seems to be on a slower lap. Let's see who's going to be eliminated. I suspect both Cadillac drivers as well as Aston Martin drivers, and I suspect Audis might be eliminated as well. They look very sluggish, very slow. They can't seem to put anything together. They're doing a lot of lockups, I think, in turn eight. So I think the first 10 drivers, I think they're pretty much safe. So Alonso, Perez, Stroll, and Bottas, they don't seem to be improving at the moment. Bortoleto improves, moves him to P16, just outside of the elimination zone. The Alonso is eliminated. Ocon is eliminated. So Ocon got eliminated. Um, Ocon eliminated. Albon also eliminated. Alonso, then Perez, then Stroll, then Bottas. So the usual suspects with the Cadillacs and the Aston Martin, and followed by Albon. Yeah, the Williams. I don't know. I don't think they've been showed signs of any progress this weekend. I haven't seen anything from them, to be honest. I mean, Carlos Sainz finished P10 in the sprint race, but rather than that, I mean, even in P10 in sprint race, you outside of the points. But yeah, the Williams, they don't. they don't look particular strong. Yeah. So yeah, um, I mean, look at the difference between look at the distance between Russell and Antonelli. That's almost half a second. Seems like Antonelli might possibly grab another pole position. So yeah, the second session of qualifying should resume pretty soon. The Audis just managed to survive Q1 session, Bortoleto finishing P16. Um, yeah, I don't know. At this rate, I can only assume that the Red Bulls. What are the Red Bulls? Hazekaija P4, currently in P4. Yeah, he's. I just feel sorry for this dude. He hasn't had a great season, to be honest. He's been limited to show his ability on a track because of reliability issues from the Red Bull. He had to retire his car. Um, I don't think he retired his car. He had the technical issues. They brought him in sprint racing. Then they were able to fix the issue. He was out on the track again. But yeah, he was at that stage. He was not racing anymore. He was just doing running a couple tests. But yeah, it's unfortunate to see Hazek Kaija in that position because last year we saw him doing brilliant things and he didn't have the fastest car, not a competitive car. And now apparently he has a better car, but yet he's not able to. I mean, to show the brilliance that we saw from him last year. Seems pretty hot in Canada right now. The sunshine is gone, but people in a crowd they seem to be wearing very light clothes, summer clothes, should I say? What's the track temperature? 30 degrees. In the last previous days, the track temperature was recorded as 40 degrees, so can only assume it's very hot in Canada right now, which is extremely cold country. I don't think I could live in Canada. But yeah, um, Q2 on the way, and we have all the cars lined up in pit exit. have the Alpines come up first. Then we have McLaren. Uh, is that Haas? That's a racing bull. Carlos Sainz seems to be in a rush. He's very close to the other cars. So um, who should be disqualified from this session is not hard to predict, to be honest. Unless we have some um, nasty surprises. So far, no sessions haven't been um, suspended with yellow or red flags. So everything's going as usual, as it should, and that's exactly what we like to see. Colapinto goes first. I think Colapinto is going to have an amazing season this year. He has shown signs of progress. I think he has matured enough from last year. He was terrible. He was an absolutely nightmare to watch. There was absolutely nothing from him last year, but this year is a different beast, and he's setting the pace at the moment. Currently sitting in P1. Hamilton goes P2. We have Hajag on a fastest lap so far. And he does improve. He goes P1 Red Bulls, looking very solid. Verstappen going in P2. So the Red Bulls, they tend to be, I don't know, on and off. They show you signs of performance. They show you signs of being fast, and all of a sudden you see their pace dropping. They haven't been able to have the pace in doing the race day, and it's either one of the drivers that it's never the two drivers that are able to put on a show. It's always one of the other. Yeah, reliability issues is it's Saga that seems to be hunting the Red Bull garage at the moment. Have Norris um, taking the lead at the moment. Hamilton seems to be on a fastest lap at the moment as well, and he splits the McLaren into P2. Hamilton has been spending a lot of the last two races and sprint races racing Piastri. Piastri, yeah, Hamilton hasn't really been able to defend neither of the McLarens pretty much from the beginning of the season. Antonelli as well. What do we have? He might be knock. He might knock out Norris out of P1, and he does. He goes into P1 what does Russell do? Russell is currently in P5. Um, Very impressive lap from Antonelli. Again, these are just not fast laps. These are these brilliant young talent kids trying to impose. I think that's the correct words. Impose his dominance on George Russell. Um, yeah, Verstappen is not really happy with his setup. He's complaining about the tires. It feels like driving on ice. Um, yeah, not able to brake, not able to handle the car the way he wants compared to yesterday. Um, yeah, this is typical kind of deja vu for Red Bull this season. Um, what else do we have? I think most drivers are just on a outer lap at the moment. Um, let's see what happened to Leo Lawson. Oh, massive breakup into turn three, I believe. Yeah, massive lockup. Yeah. Let me see what the Twitch is saying. Ladies and gentlemen, we have less than 3 minutes, and we have Pierre Gasly, Behrman, Bortoleto, Lawson, Sainz, and Hulkenberg about to be eliminated unless they pull something spectacular. Let's see if Colapinto will make it into Q3. I've missed that, but Lewis Hamilton goes P1. Lewis Hamilton seems to have a better week than seems to be having a better week than Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is really struggling this week, but he was fortunate enough to pass Lewis to overtake Lewis Hamilton on the sprint race. I think Lewis Hamilton not crashed, slightly brushed the wall, and yeah, that was enough for Oscar Piastri and Charles Leclerc to overtake him on the last lap. But overall, I think Lewis Hamilton looks stronger this weekend than Charles Leclerc. He might be struggling for grip. Um, Isaac Hijack goes P1. Wow. Piastri might be in trouble, currently sitting in P6. It seems like he's improving. No, he remains P6. Wow. Didn't see that coming from Hazik Hydra. And we have less than 1 minute. We literally 5 seconds. Not 5 seconds. The time has terminated. So okay. Technique. We have 4 drivers eliminated so far: Behrman, Sainz, Gasly, Bortoleto. Let's see what Hulkenberg does. Let's see what Bortoleto does. Bortoleto and Lawson. Oh, Bortoleto is eliminated. Sorry, I'm looking at Hulkenberg. Yeah, Colapinto just made it into Q3. Amazing from Colapinto. Pierre Gasly is just doing the opposite of what Colapinto done last year. He's actually outperforming his teammate. It's amazing. Yeah, yeah. If Colapinto seems like it's Seems it's a completely new driver. It's reborn. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what kind of mind frame he comes into Formula One this year, but yeah, he's making into Q3 a lot of times. So well done for Colapinto again, out qualifying his teammate. Amazing, amazing. So we have Behrman signs Behrman from um, the Haas. We have signs from Williams, Pierre Gasly from Alpine, Bortoleto from Audi, Leo Lawson, Racing Bulls, and last but not least, the Hulkenberg from the Audi. So both Audis are eliminated. Um, yeah, um, Colapinto in Lindblad. Surprises there, as well as the Hazekaija um, making into Q1. E2 chat. Colin Pinter's just super excited on the radio. Made it into Q3. He can't believe his luck. I don't think he's luck. I think he's, like I said multiple times, he's doing pretty well. He's just, it's a different beast. It's a different man. Haze Kaija. Wow. I don't think nobody saw that coming. Yeah. Charles Leclerc is complaining about not having clean air. Obviously, that affects the way you drive. You just driving behind dirty air. It's never ideal if you're trying not just in qualifying but in racing as well. So that's all he wants from his teammates. Just give me clean air. That's all he asked. Clean air, clean air, clean air. Uh, and we have Q3 underway. Um, um, I don't know. I don't know. The McLarens, they don't seem to be very fast. Mercedes, Ferrari seems to be, Lewis Hamilton seems like he's having fun. Leclerc, totally the opposite. The Mercedes, I don't know. I might see a surprise so far. Unless the Mercedes were doing some sandbagging, which is um, very likely. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Um, yeah, we're gonna have a quick shootout at the uh, a number one position. We have just under 10 minutes. Everyone is on soft as expected, and yeah, Verstappen just on his personal best. Norris on second fastest sector two. Verstappen fastest sector three. Um, Remains in P3. Let's see what if Norris is able to upset. I'll take that position. It does. Piastri goes P1. Impressive. I'm suspecting Norris will take that position back as he does. Yeah. So McLaren's looking very strong so far. It's so awkward. It's I don't know, not awkward, but it's so odd just to watch the Red Bull Macarena going up. We are used to it to see the Ferrari Macarena, and now we see in Red Bull Macarena wing going up all the time. It's really interesting. The Mercedes don't, they don't look too good. They don't seem to have. I mean, the other teams, it seems like the upgrades seem are able. The upgrades they seem to be working for all the teams. You would expect McLaren, Mercedes to be so dominant, but that's not being the case this weekend. Um, did George Russell hit the wall? Hit the wall was brush the wall. He came into the garage. Let's see. He's complaining about no grip on the rear. Yeah, this is one of the tracks where a lot of the drivers complain about. Not they don't complain. The track doesn't seem to. It seems to be very low grip, and a lot of the drivers seem to lose. It doesn't provide the downforce other tracks provide, and that's exactly what I wanted to say. And it makes the rear of the car slide a lot. Verstappen, typical Verstappen. This I'm not gonna swear on stream. Not that I will get cancelled, but Verstappen just moaning and complaining about the straight mode speed. He said he's useless, man. I wish I could talk to my bosses like that. This thing that you guys have built is completely useless. You guys don't know how to build cars. You guys don't know how to make fast cars. I'll get rid of you, all of you. Verstappen. I don't think Mercedes will take pole. That's just my prediction for this race, for this qualifying session. George Russell, I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, it seems like he hit the wall and he's complaining about lack of grip, the rear grip. Yeah, London Norris currently holding provision pole position, and Hamilton trying to split the two McLarens. I want to see what Colapinto will do. He might take P7, P6. It's up for grabs. 3/10 of a second between Norris and Antonelli. That is a big gap. That is a big gap. And what we have? We have George Russell on the track. Just going through turn 7 into turn 8 and 9. Does he improve on sector 2? It does. Where's that gonna put him? He's gonna get a toll from Colapinto. Does that improve his time? Does he move up? Mm, it's a bit slow. Um, and here we go. It goes into P3. Not bad. Not bad. It's not good enough to take pole. He goes into P3. He might have time for another lap. Piastri's not improving. It's not looking good, then he might not have enough time to complete another lap. Who else is on the track? Is doing another lap. Colapinto, Lindblad, Antonelli, fastest sector one. Oh, this kid is on. This kid is flying. Lindblad also improves his personal sector one and sector two. Antonelli might take pole position. Is this good enough for Antonelli take pole position? He might get a toll from Verstappen. No, he's too far back. He's too far back. No, it doesn't seem like he's improving on the last sector. But he might get pole position. And he does. Antonelli takes pole position, provisional pole position. Who else? Who else is still doing their final lap? Piastri, it's on a flying lap. Piastri's on a flying lap. If he doesn't mess it up, he might be able to take pole position. What about Norris? Norris doesn't seem to be improving too much on the final. Now he remains P2. What about Piastri? Piastri might take pole. And he doesn't. He goes P3. Unlucky. Who else? Russell. It's Russell. Is Russell gonna take pole? He's improving. He's improving on his final sector. He takes pole. Piastri. Sorry, Russell takes pole position. Oh my God. Russell. Russell is fighting back. It seems like it's going to be 1-2 for the Mercedes, followed by the Mercedes, exactly as we saw it in sprint race. Haja almost outperformed Verstappen. Very close. Colapinto in P10, not bad. Lindblad, P9. Leclerc, yeah, it's been struggling all week. No surprises there. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight between the Red Bulls and the Ferrari. He's got a lot of work to do, Leclerc. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting race. So 600 tenths of a second. That's way too fast. That is a big gap. No, it's not. That's 68 milliseconds. Sorry, my bad. And that's 1/10 faster than Norris and two times faster than Piastri. So the gap seems to be very, um, it's getting closer and closer. And George Russell, I think he's back. George Russell, I think he's back. He takes pole position again. Um, Mercedes. I don't think I wouldn't call it very dominant. We all know that they have a very fast car. Um, yeah, they were fastest in practice. Sprint qualifying. Um, yeah, they locked the front row, but McLarens were able to split them. Um, so yeah, they qualifying again. They locked the front row. Is that a dominant performance from Mercedes? That remains to be seen. But the McLarens look very close, and they seem like they have the pace. Piastri and Norris, these two have beast of a drivers. Um, so it's going to be a very interesting race as always. Um, and that is the stream, ladies and gentlemen. That is the show. That is the show. McLarens, they shouldn't be too concerned at this stage. Finishing P1 and P3 and P4. We all know they don't have the fastest car. They're just there to collect the points just in case the Mercedes mess it up. Yeah, they're slowly coming back. But I don't think this is going to be from what we've seen so far in the last three races. I don't think the Mercedes is going to run away with the championship. What time is the race tomorrow? Um, we about to find out. It's 9 o'clock. It's going to be a long race. I'll have all day. And that will be the sessions, ladies and gentlemen. I know no, no one really joined the session, but either way, um, we'll be ending the stream pretty soon. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow 9 o'clock if you want to watch the race. Um, yeah. With that being said, I'll see you soon.